Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the most unusual tarot reading on the internet, at least. I've done tarot for over 20 years. Never put together a package like this, never known of anybody who put together a package like this. And I'll tell you what makes it different in just a moment. I've done tarot for over 20 years, and I've come in that 20 years to the conclusion that tarot does not predict anything. Nada, nothing. However, tarot is the science of potential. Potential. That means you have to get involved. You can't just sit on the sidelines. Oh, you can just sit on the sidelines, and that's passing on the potential. You're saying, no, I don't want to. That's a decision. But when you're doing the reading here, or I'm doing the reading for you, you get 10 people together. 1 or 2 of the 10 are really going to resonate. The other 8 or so, different ways of relating. It maybe doesn't knock their socks off, or they don't feel a real resonance with it. But there may be some interesting information, some parts and pieces that you can get from the reading, and then start to build your own potential. Do a brand new read every day, 365, so I'm here every single day. So if you don't get it today, don't worry. There's tomorrow, next week, next month. Don't worry. You'll get it. You'll have your shot. When it really connects with you, when you get that buzz from the frequency match, that's when you go. It's when you go. Don't think about it. Just move. You will be directed. So, tarot, the science of potential. I also have done astrology and numerology for the past 50 years. And in those 50 years, I've come to the conclusion that numerology and astrology are the science of cycles. Tarot, the science of potential. Numerology, astrology, the science of cycles. Within cycles, within cycles, within cycles, ad nauseum, tons. That makes doing an astrological reading or numerological reading tough. Especially the astrology. There are so many moving parts and pieces. I have never yet run into a fellow astrologer who really could distill a message. Too many parts and pieces. Or as Monty Python from the 60s and 70s say, too many tubs of slaw. Too many moving pieces. You can't get them all together. You got the moon, well, of course, the sun's always in action, the moon's always in action, and you got Mercury and Venus and Mars, and then you hit the farther planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and other things that we are not even entirely aware of, although we may be learning about. I don't know that helps with the astrological definition. I think it confuses it more. Every astrologer that I have ever paid attention to, myself included, in the beginning, you'd get into all this minutia. You got the midheaven, you got the nadir, you got the ascendant, you got the north node, you got the south node, you got the planetary stuff moving around, house to house to house. Then you got the planets here, and they got that, and then you got the aspects, the conjunction, the quincunx, the trine. You got too much, and too often. The astrologers are lazy, and so they just run through this litany of information because it's easier that way. Well, the moon's here. Of course, we got the sun here, and that may not get along together. However, we got Venus moving here, and they was going to change. And it's like, Jesus, give me a break. I came here for some illumination, not more confusion. So my job is to take some of the astrology, some of the numerology, and use it as kind of a platform to build the tarot reading on. Remember, tarot, the science of potential. Numerology, astrology, the science of cycles. So you kind of get an idea what the cycles are, and you go, okay, so this is kind of where we're at. Okay, now let me take that tarot information and let's apply it. Because you have some foundation. I don't get in depth. It's not important. In fact, I think the more in depth you get with astrology and numerology, the more confused you get and you lose the effect. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to present a very unified message, a singular frequency in a given period. And then you can match those two together with your life. That's what we do here. Never seen anybody with a tarot reading or an astrology reading ever actually really do it. But I'm here to communicate, not to masturbate my ego. I'm here to educate, to inspire. Manifesting is the kryptonite to everything that's going on around us. You know, robots can do a whole bunch of stuff, and people are saying within 5 to 10 years, every single job on the planet will be done by a robot. I don't care what the job is, it'll be done by a robot. One thing robots can't do, manifest. Because they're not self-aware, really. So they cannot do what you can do. Create pictures in your mind and then send them out to the universe. We do this all the time. I know it's hard for a lot of people, you know, especially as they're listening to this tarot reading going, I'm trying to manifest. I'm trying to manifest. We are programmed as children not to be positive, not to be optimistic. So we're very good at manifesting in a negative way. I don't want this to happen. I don't. And you very often get that. I don't. Whatever the hell it is. And then you go, man, see, I just can't manifest. You just manifested it. It was negative. We got to flip it. Got to flip it. And so that's why I do what I do here. My job is to make it clearer, to make it more accessible, to the point where you can touch it and use it in your life as is appropriate. That's why I'm here every single day to help encourage, to inspire. And if, again, you don't get the full blast hit from the frequency, don't worry about it. Again, tomorrow, next week, don't worry. I'm here every single day. Oh, by the way, while I'm thinking about that, and before everybody around me jumps on me right now, please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. It's important to mess with the algorithm because they're messing with me. I mess with everybody on the internet. That's the way it works these days. But I need your support. If you feel so reclined, please do. So the idea here is to be clear, to be concise, so that you have a very reachable, understandable message to work with, energy to work with. So let's go. We got the 4 tarot cards, and then this card in the middle, this pink card. It's the Oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading. And today it says yin. Female energy. Yin. Okay. Steel fist, velvet glove, that kind of thing. Number up in the left-hand corner is 2. The reason it's 2 always indicates a decision. In numerology, for me, the 2 is always a decision about something. When you stop and think about it, that is yin energy. There's no obvious movement. You don't have to yell at somebody. You don't have to swing an axe or a knife or a sword, or you don't have to do that. You make a decision. Nobody knows. Nobody sees anything. But that's a powerful, powerful position. Because now you have a foundation upon which to act. That yang or yang energy. But you have to make a decision. Number 2, yin. And that's where you're at right now. There are so many things that are coming out, and there's going to be more. Because we have Neptune now in Aries. We got Uranus, I believe, in Gemini. Gemini is air. Aries is fire. Air and fire, that creates a bigger blaze. There's a lot of energy out there, a lot of communication, a lot. And because of the Neptune in Aries, we don't know a lot of what, because Neptune is clouds, is vapor, you can't touch it. And frankly, Uranus and Gemini is the same thing. It's just a lot of words, a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts. So there really is a situation going on right now, and you can see it, where people are fired up. There are problems. They're talking about them. Uranus and Gemini, they're talking about them. They're really talking about them. They're thinking about them. But the Neptune in Aries says, yeah, I know it's a problem. It's a shithole, but I don't know what to do. So that's the yin energy. No obvious movement. This is the time to observe, to think, to talk with others. I don't know that over the next few months, while this aspect, it's a very favorable aspect, so I don't think anything negative will come out of it. But this nice aspect between Uranus and Neptune, I don't think it's going to hurt anything. It will create a lot of heat, but not a lot of light because of the Neptune, the vapor. Right? We see that kind of stuff with the chemtrails and the fog and all that kind of weird stuff. That's kind of Neptunian. So, what's the meme for today? While we're talking about yin, no obvious movement, here's the meme. We have the power to stop it all with our minds. Once we all realize the power that we have to control reality within our thoughts and intentions, you will discover how little power they actually have. And that's the importance of Uranus in Aries. Uranus in Gemini and Neptune in Aries. That's the importance of it. A lot of communication, a lot of almost philosophical because of the Neptune part, but a lot of communication. And there's going to be, some of it's going to be very loud. Some of it's not going to be as loud, as obnoxious. Nevertheless, that's what we got going. And in fact, the last time Neptune was in this position, where it is right now, early stages of Aquarius, it was just before the Civil War. And if you look at America, that's kind of sort of where we're at right now. It should be evident that the situation is almost overwhelming. We're having our 250th birthday coming up July 4th, 2026, a year and a half from now. Are we going to make it? And I'm not just talking about the government. I'm talking about the people of America. Are we going to make it? Are we going to continue? There have been a number of prophecies, and in fact, there was a book written in the late 1890s that talked about this guy named Trump being the last president in America. Kind of amazing. And I could see it happening. If he fails to take care of the middle class, could be the end. Could be the end. And Uranus in Gemini could be the door opening. So it's a very difficult situation right now. Very tricky. We have to move delicately. That's why yin energy is called for. No obvious movement. It's a time for decision. Realize the power that you have. Let's move forward, huh? Let's go to the left. Let's do the reading. All the way to the left, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is very, very, very cool because she knows what the hell's important to her. That's what Pentacles are all about. They're about our value system. What do we value? Is it just cars where they're getting so expensive and they're falling apart faster? They said 15-minute cities, you'd have nothing and be happy. Is this their attempt to take the cars away from us? Make them expensive? Make them lose value very quickly? Make them very difficult to repair? Again, we got that Neptune in Aries. Foggy. I'm feeling something. I'm feeling that Aries energy, but... Well, the Queen of Pentacles doesn't have any of that. She knows exactly. She's resourceful. She's down to earth. She's organized. This is what you're looking for in your life. But all of that has to come from you. That's the trick. We are too quick to give authority to somebody else because it's easier. Let them make a decision. Then we bitch about the decision, or over a period of time, we lose our juju. We lose our power. That's what we've done. In America, we have a government by the people, for the people, of the people. The people have been sitting on their ass for a long time. And now they're confronting with a situation that, oh my God, things are out of hand. And we're at a point right now where I really think we're down to the Trump presidency. Either it makes America great again, either it rebuilds, redefines, reinvigorates the middle class, or Queen of Pentacles has a very clear set of values, so she knows where she's going. And in fact, to follow that up, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is manifesting, working on their plan. This is why the yin energy right now is so important. We got that great Uranus, Neptune sextile, that friendly thing that creates a lot of thinking, a lot of thought, a lot of argument, a lot of heat. You notice people are not going halfway. They're bitching and pissing and moaning loud. That's important. You sit back and just observe, because that will open a door in you that will allow you to find that set of values. The Queen of Pentacles says you got to have it. The Eight of Pentacles says I'm working on it. Just not maybe clearly right now. Next card over, that's the Five of Pentacles. Here a guy looking alone, desolate. In other cards, you can see him and what looks like maybe his mother, girlfriend, whatever the hell it is. I can't really tell. But they're walking along in the snow. He has a broken leg. He's hobbling. And those Five Pentacles back there are a window to a church. In other cards, you can see it better. Now, that lit up group of pentacles there tells you that window light says there's something in there. They could, if it's a church, go in there. Maybe you can sleep on a pew, get you out of the weather. Maybe there will be a nun there, a priest there, something. Somebody to say, hey, are you hungry? We can give you something to eat. I mean, they could get refuge for at least an evening. Does that look like somebody who's confident that they can get anything from anything? Not really. And that's kind of where not just the American public, but the world middle class is right now. Just like with this guy. I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. And right behind you is something to make it better. But I'm not worthy. So the final card is the Page of Wands. Wands are positivity, excitement, joy, enthusiasm, gratitude. That's the thing that you got to work on. That's the decision that you have to make. Yin energy, no obvious movement, but decide to manifest gratitude. Nobody's going to know that you made the decision. Nobody's going to see anything necessarily. But that decision is powerful. Powerful. And will help take you through this period. You need it. We need it. And we need you to need it. Again, the meme for today, we have the power to stop it all with our minds. Once we realize the power we have to control reality with our thoughts and intentions, we will discover how much power they don't have over us. We are giving it to them. We can take it away. We have to. That is the tarot reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Hope you're here with me. Between now and the next time you and I get together to do tarot, peace and blessings.